while you're...
Should we start over?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right, so we got the keys turned on. So we got the lights on and the binnacle's active. What we see is we've got both of the green lights indicate that the shifters are in neutral. Okay. Forward of the shifters, we do have individual power tilt and trim buttons. Now you would probably only use those in the event that one of the engines had crapped out, if you will, and you were coming in on one engine, so you'd raise it up just so you have less resistance when you're coming in. Otherwise, of course, you've got the one on the port shifter on the side that will actually raise and lower both engines at the same time. So this is the one that you're going to use, hopefully always, and you'll never have to resort back to the other two. Okay, then we come to the transfer light. The transfer light always stays on, and that's a good thing, because that means that this computer here is talking to the engine computers in the back. So that always has to be on. If not, nothing's going to happen. The sync light, basically, if you turn that on, synchronizes automatically the RPMs of both engines above about 1500 RPM, and as long as the shifters are within about 10 degrees, 15 degrees of each other. So it just makes it easier to run the boat without having to stare at the tachometers and make sure you got the same engine RPMs. The one lever button, if you push the one lever button, essentially what that does is it deactivates the starboard shifter. I like to put it down and get it out of my way, number one, and then this acts as a visual reminder that this one's dead, as long as you have it in one lever, and then the port lever actually then will operate both engines, both in terms of putting it in gear and in terms of throttle. The throttle only button, if you want to rev up the engines without putting the boat in gear, the motors in gear, you can push that button. You push it in and you'll hear one beep, and then as you move the throttle forward, you're going to hear two more beeps before you're going to want to push it forward. If you don't hear the two beeps, then you need to go back and do the process over again, and be cautious when you shift it in gear to make sure that that it is going to just give you throttle as opposed to going in gear. The docking feature, if you push that docking button, essentially what that does is that will cause you to have to push the lever forward twice as far to gain the same amount of RPMs as if you did not have the docking light on. So if you have a heavy hand, if you will, and you're giving it too much throttle around the dock, then that's something you can use.
So it'll slow your idle?
It will. It doesn't necessarily slow the idle down. It just requires you to have to give it more throttle. If you follow our approach, you can never go into a dock too slow.
Right.
You can never go into a dock any faster than you want to hit it. And the way you accomplish that is you're more in neutral than in gear. Then you don't need the docking feature.
Got it.
On the other hand, if it works for you, if you like it, then you use it as a tool.
Sure.
Down at the very bottom, we got the plus and the minus on either side of a light symbol, and that basically is just to adjust the brightness on your gauges. Okay, I think we've pretty well covered everything on the binnacle now.